Topic number three. I want to do updated Final Four picks. Since the Final Four is already here, I just want to go through it, you and I, because we might be different on this one. I want to pick both games. I want to talk about what's going to be the major storyline of the game that leads to the win for the team you pick, and then we'll do the same for the national championship game, and we'll get our winners for each of us. So I'll go to you first to pick your winners from both games and who wins your national championship.
Oh man, I have like I said earlier, I have Auburn and Duke future. Always gamble responsibly. I don't believe in Auburn though.
So
So I think I'm going Florida Duke, and that pains me to say. But I just feel like if you're going to come out and play the way Auburn played in the first three games, and it does feel like they found something against Michigan State, but I question how much it is they found something versus Michigan State just decided to bring that version of Auburn out of them with like the physicality Michigan State plays with. Also, I mean, there was like a 90-second stretch there where I think that might have been the worst shooting I've ever seen
yep,
from a
yep, 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 yep,
basketball
yep.
team ever. And I don't think Florida's going to do that. And it was a very close game. So I think I like Florida in that one, just because for as impressive as the Auburn performance was, there were some moments in that game where there might not have been a worse team than Michigan State in the country.
Yeah, thanks for reminding me about that run. All right, so you have Florida versus Duke.
Yeah,
And
Florida.
what does that Duke Houston game look like? Why does Duke win that game?
It looks like a stomping. So
Really?
there was a moment in the Houston Tennessee game, probably when Tennessee had like 11 points through 20 minutes or whatever, where I was like, dang, like Houston might be able to get to Duke. And then I watched the second half, and I was like, nope. Duke has people taller than everybody on the court for Houston. And the way Houston gets their buckets, like Man and Coop just aren't going to allow like the second chance points. Um, Tyrese Proctor, Khan, and them are just their size is gonna be too much for the Houston guards, in my opinion.
Mm. Yeah, that I think that's kind of how it looks like. I'll talk about that a little more once I get to my picks. All right, so what does the national championship game look like, winner, and kind of describe what that looks like.
It's a better game if it's Duke Auburn. It's a better game if it's Duke Auburn. I don't think we're gonna get Duke Auburn, but it's a better game if it's Duke Auburn. I think Duke blows out Florida. Florida, in my opinion, they do the thing where they don't care for 35 minutes. If you do that against Duke, we can all get to our flights. Like we can book red eyes out of San Antonio.
Just be up out of there real quick. No face, no case on that one. All right, that makes sense. All right, so for me, I have Florida beating Auburn. I think that Florida's front court will be able to frustrate Janai Broome. Also, like I that injury didn't look good. Like he had nine different injuries happen at once. I don't know. It's just didn't look good. And I think the physicality and the defense of Florida's front court can bother him. And I just think that Walter Clayton's on a legendary run right now, and I think that run leads to the national championship game. On the other side, I'm sorry, D Crump, my dog Crumpet. Duke is the best team in the sport. The best team doesn't always win the national championship. I think this Houston team is going to be able to frustrate Duke with their defense. And I think that there's something about this Houston team with guys taking steps and the physicality and the length that are just going to frustrate Duke because Duke is a team that has like this massive size, right? But and you look at Houston and they don't necessarily have the most like height wise massive, but they all have just these plus wingspans that they're just everywhere. They're hounding people. And I think they're gonna frustrate Duke a little bit in the half court. And it's gonna be close. And I think Houston's actually gonna pull off the upset in this game. And I think they're gonna pull out this one and Ken Sampson's finally gonna get to the championship game and it's gonna be Houston versus Florida in the national championship game. And I just think Florida is going to be too much for Houston in that game. I think they're going to try to do it. They're going to try to frustrate Clayton and blitz ball screens and things like that. Now, there's a real world where Houston wins that game. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just going to go ahead and stick with my preseason or my pre-March bracket pick, and I'm going to pick Florida.
Do you have Florida Houston?
Yeah,
I appreciate you. You just bailed me out for all the Coop stuff I said in the previous topic.
they're not going to get to this.
Listen, if they wait 10 minutes, they'll have a much better clip than I
Relax, 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 relax. All right, that's our updated Final Four picks and what will happen in San Antonio this weekend. It is March, and that means that March Madness is upon us. And if you are looking for a place to play, Underdog Fantasy has you covered. Sign up and deposit using code SLEEPERS, that's code SLEEPERS, to receive up to $1,000 in bonus credit plus a free pick. Head over to Underdog Fantasy today and use promo code SLEEPERS to take advantage of this amazing offer.